In regards to ESG, DEI, CEI, all this stuff, the other day we're kind of sitting around and we're looking at the next episode to shoot and we're seeing the ties with ESG, DEI, CEI, and then you look at CEI, that Corporate Equality Index, who's behind it, who's giving the scoring. Are you concerned about the direction they're going with ESG, DEI, CEI? You think this is going to work, or you think eventually people are going to be like, listen, the hell are you doing with this Bud Light? This was a dumb move. What are you doing, Ford Raptor?
Yeah.
Do you even make Hollywood? You just made an announcement that a third of everybody you hire has to be from an underrepresented community, and I have to hire a black, a Hispanic, a woman, a LGBT, a this, a that, and even Richard Dreyfuss and actors are coming out and saying this doesn't make any sense. Do you think this is eventually going to be exposed as a terrible idea, or do you think this is going to be used as a way to weaponize small business owners and S&P 500 companies?
Both. I think that it is already being. So the fact that you've got some of the biggest actors in history, or in our time at least, actually, maybe for the first time coming out and speaking out against this stuff is pretty powerful. And I think it is starting to expose the hypocrisy and the insanity of it. And I think there's already evidence showing how it is being manipulated and weaponized. So they talk about these things with these very altruistic, idealistic intentions and objectives. We're working for equity without, the clip of Bernie Sanders on Bill Maher, the conversation they had about equity versus equality was very telling when Bill Maher had to describe to Bernie, what equity really means. And he said, so what is it, equity or equality? And Bernie says, well, equality. There are these acronyms that are being thrown out by people as though it's for the best public good. Many of them don't even know what it actually means. And we've seen with the ESG some of the scoring and things that have been done that are show that it's being manipulated for other interests than the public good they are claiming it to be. So I think both are already starting to be exposed as we speak.
That's good. The sooner the better, because it's not really making leaders make the right decisions. Is this a clip you're talking about, the equality?
I think so.
Can we
Let's
play
see what this is.
Yeah,
I
this
actually
is
want
good.
to see it.
This
I've
is
never
important.
seen this.
Yeah.
Are we confusing equality of opportunity with trying to guarantee equity in outcomes? Okay, that's interesting, because
By far the best
I think
hairdo.
this word equity has
Bernie
come into the
Sanders.
language in the last few years, and before that we didn't hear it a lot. And I think a lot of people hear equity and they hear equality. That like it's the same word, and it's not the same word in the same
I believe this is the episode
concept.
with Russell
So
Brand.
how would
Yeah.
you differentiate between equity and
Got
equality?
him there? Yeah.
Well, equality, we talk about, I don't know what the answer is.
I was going to say, you can tell he doesn't even know.
Tell me
what
to
this
think
is.
of it. Equality is equality of opportunity. All right? We live in a society, we want all people
Right.
to have whatever color your skin is.
Equity, I think, is more guarantee of outcome, is it not?
I think so. I think that's
Okay. So which side do you come down on?
equality.
Equality.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Boys, any comment on that one?
I just don't know if that's the definitional difference.
We can.
Oh my God, that was great.
But it's good. It's very straightforward. And I think he's right. I think a lot of people don't know the difference, but they're using these words because it's the thing that everybody's saying and it's the popular thing of the moment.
Did you ever think there would come a time where, the feminist movement has tried so hard to, get to a point where it's men and women are equal, right? Hey, we want equal pay. We want you to watch WNBA, whether you like it or not. We want the same amount of viewers. We want you to pay us the same amount of money. We want you to give us the same amount of respect, all this stuff. And then they get so wild and crazy that even the feminist movement ends up losing to men because they allow men to join their camp and just call themselves. Did you ever think this day was going to come?
No, never.
Tulsi, how did we get here? This is a little weird for me. How did we get here?
It is this mental illness that is taking over our society, where things that are not real are being sold as real. Things that are not true are being sold as true. And it's this exercise of power. And this is the underlying danger that sits beneath all of these crazy things, is that those who are in power across, government, not all of these different entities, are putting us in a position where we are being told that we just have to comply and go along with whatever they say. That there is no room for critical thinking or questioning or common sense or science or biology even, that whatever they say goes, and we have to just fall in line. And that's the real danger that is the common thread with all of these crazy examples that we're seeing that aren't just, they're not theoretical. It's not just for the sake of arguments. We're actually seeing the very real impacts on kids, on our society, on our communities.
Don't they call it the woke mind virus? Do you think that's an appropriate name for this?
I do.